Hello. Welcome to today's live. We're going to be talking about anxiety today and sensitivity. So, I always just like to ask if you can hear me well. If you're watching or if you jump in and you just want to say yes, I can hear you, that will be very helpful for me because I never know with technology. So just let me know. So I imagine if this live was interesting for you today, it's probably because you're either dealing with a lot of anxiety or you feel like you're a highly sensitive person, or it could be both, which is most likely. Okay, great. Thank you, Amanda. Welcome. So I can completely relate. Actually, today I feel like I'm talking about an old friend or someone who's been with me, something that's been with me for a very, very, very long time. And I still experience anxiety. I completely understand. I'm not here to say, oh, I'm free of anxiety, so you should listen to me. I'm here to say I understand. And it's something that I still experience. It's very normal. But the difference between how I was when I was younger, I mean, I feel like I've been anxious since I was a little girl. I was always a worrywart, and I had a lot of high propensity to feel frightened. And that got worse as I got older in high school and college. And the more information that I learned about the world, the more my fear and my anxiety rose up. And there was a time of my life back then when just completely consumed me. So I don't know if you are watching and you feel that you're consumed by anxiety, or you just get anxiety from time to time and you'd like to be able to deal with it better. But for me, at that time in my life, it completely consumed me. I was anxious from the moment I woke up till the moment I went to sleep. And if anything happened throughout the day that was slightly anxiety provoking, I would just fall and spiral into really dark places. And of course, there's a sensitivity piece. So I was highly sensitive also from a very young age. So when you're sensitive, then a lot of things can trigger you because you feel everything, right? When we're highly sensitive, we our senses, it's like the volume is turned up on our senses. And now, often, a lot of times that comes from having trauma in our past. So, our sense of feeling threatened or danger nearby, we're like on a high alert. So, we've turned our senses up to protect us. So, we can kind of feel everything and scope everything so we can sense where the danger is. It's an unhealthy way of trying to keep ourselves safe. It doesn't really work. It causes us more suffering and more a feeling of being tortured. But it's, this subconscious behavior from our wounded sense of self or ego, which I think I talked about this in last week's live. You want those around you to be well, and then you'll follow. I see what you're saying. So you want others to feel good and then you can feel good. So this is connected to the sensitivity piece. I get that because we feel everything. So we feel others. So if others are not feeling good, then we don't feel good. And then our anxiety is worse. If others are scared or anxious, our anxiety is going to go higher. Even if others are sad or angry, we're going to feel that. And that's going to make us feel threatened. So again, it's the sensitivity piece. We are connected energetically with people. We feel them. So when you're highly sensitive, you're responding to those feelings. Now, there's also just social media. So Amanda's saying you want others to feel good and then you'll feel good. Now, social media connects us to the whole world and all the things that are going on. And there's so much information. And if you're highly sensitive, you're going to be sensitive to all that information. So we're hearing bad news, we're hearing scary things, we're hearing upset people, we're hearing shocking things. And of course, there's good things too, and it's not all bad. But I'm talking about when you have a propensity to be highly sensitive and easily anxious. And it happens because our system gets flooded so easily. We get overwhelmed. And then this alert, danger, threat. So it starts off, right? We're looking for the threat. So we're anxious, we're on guard because we're looking for the threat. And now we're threatened because we hear of this negative information or we see someone who's suffering and we feel them and we feel it. And now our system says, oh, real threat. And then we go into an even higher overdrive. So that's how I experience anxiety. It's my inside is moving so fast. When I was younger and I was consumed by it, I experienced it a little differently. It felt like there was a rock in the center of my chest, and I was just like trying to cover and protect myself at all times. So I felt like kind of in darkness, almost like this constantly. I couldn't breathe and open my heart and see the beauty and the joy that was all around me. I couldn't. I just was sort of shrunken and protecting myself. My current experience is more like my inside starts moving so fast. If I feel there's a danger, again, it can be completely unconscious. So it's not really a conscious feeling. Sometimes just something detected it without my awareness, even. And now my inside is moving so fast. It feels like speed, increased speed. And then this is right, the nervous system is activated, the body's being flooded with cortisol. That's the feeling of speed, right? And some people experience it as a heart rate is rising or sweating. Oftentimes, I just feel a speed, and it's like my inside is moving faster than me. That's what I feel. And I have to come back and bring it to this moment so that I can get a handle on it. And then I can get a handle on it once I become aware, and I can go long periods of time without feeling any anxiety at all. So it's a lot more situational, or in my current life, if I'm busy as I am these days, working on a project, creating things, getting appointments, interactions, social media, conversations, scheduling. Sometimes suddenly I'm moving faster than my body. Like I'm somewhere ahead of myself and I need to come back and be here. And then the anxiety will settle quickly. Okay, great. Thank you, Patrick. And thank you for joining. So I don't know if the way I'm describing it right now resonates, but perhaps each of us have something similar that we experience and something different, unique to us. That's not important. What's important is recognizing that this is going to be very normal, very common for anyone who is sensitive. And if we've had trauma in our past, usually that naturally equates to being sensitive. Again, because of that high alert. I have to sense anything like a soldier at war. And I mean, I have not been in that situation. I have had some clients in the past who shared. I had one client in particular who shared with some detail about his experience. And then I understood this meaning of this 365-degree vigilance to stay alive. And those of us who have had trauma, we weren't in a war situation, but it feels our nervous system has a similar reaction because we feel a similar threat that our mind is creating. And it continues to create even after the trauma ended. So now we have to deal with this anxiety, with this high alert, and we have to retrain ourselves. I'm okay right now. Here and now, it's okay. everything's okay. And as a person who has been a spiritual seeker and who is very interested in spiritual growth and who has opened my heart to connecting spiritually, and I continue that deepening that journey as I live, I know essentially everything is okay. Essentially, even in the face of the worst quote unquote thing, I'm okay. It's okay. In this here and now, present moment space where my essence is breathing, my pure life, everything is okay. But it is for the common person not easy to always stay there. That can be the work, the study. But for me, I move in and out. And when my mind is moving fast or there's a situation that arises, the habit, the habitual anxiety comes again. And as I said, I have to bring myself back. So I wanted to say today, we need to understand and recognize this is normal and be very, very kind to ourselves when are, when our anxiety is activated. We have to be understanding of ourselves that I'm highly sensitive. Of course, I'm going to get anxious easily. Oh, hello, Greta. I'm sorry we're a week late for you, but I'm glad you understand. So understanding is a really big part of healing. It when we don't understand ourselves, right? We just get completely caught up in it and we are just taken on a wild ride sometimes with it. But the more we understand, we can pause. Okay, I'm being sensitive. I'm perhaps oversensitive right now at this moment. Perhaps I'm reacting like I'm having a over exaggerated reaction to this situation. Maybe this is my anxiety. Let me see if I can calm it down, if I can center myself, if I can get myself back to the present moment, let my ego know that I'm not actually in a threat or a danger right now. My house isn't on fire. I'm not being chased by a bear. Here and now, in this room, my feet on the floor, I'm okay. Let's come back to this moment and then move forward again. This is the work that we have to keep practicing. So let's practice it with kindness, with compassion to ourselves, with understanding of myself. I have a propensity towards this, and that's okay. In fact, it's kind of normal. Given my life, my experiences, my current sensitivity, it's normal if my system gets jacked up very easily, very often. It's my practice to bring it back down again and to teach myself a new habit. So, for working with this, yes, it comes in waves, right? It's up and down. Hi, Claudia. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. It can be up and down. This is very normal in life and even in a given day. When you keep observing yourself, it can be up and down. This is very normal. Let's ride the waves with kindness to ourselves. So, I have some suggestions when you're feeling anxiety. The first is try to face the anxiety. So, when we're not looking, when we're avoiding, it can just be really crashing over us. It's like a monster yelling and we're not noticing it. And we're just like being chased by it. So we have to stop first and look at the monster. That might sound counterintuitive and that might sound not like very much fun for you, but this is the starting point. Look at the monster. Okay, this is my anxiety. It's moving so fast. It's telling me I'm not safe. It's telling me this is bad and wrong. What else is it telling me? Let's look at it. Let's listen to it. Then, so I'm turning towards it instead of being chased by it and trying to kind of just avoid it and get away from it and hate it and wish it would go away. And this is going to make your anxiety louder. The more you try to run away from it, it's going to shout to get your attention. So the starting point is turn towards it. Then what I want to recommend is hone in on your body. Use the body because the body is always centered in the present moment. It's grounded, rooted in the present moment, right? Your body cannot be in the past and it cannot be in the future. It cannot be wherever your anxious voices are going. Your body's not there. Your mind is there, not your body. So use the body. Breathe out, feel your body. If something is tense, relax. You're probably going to find it in your shoulders, maybe in your jaw and your chest. Feel your body, breathe out, relax, and allow that anxiety. It's almost like now you're holding space for a friend. Even though we might not feel it as a friend, we might feel it as a monster, but we're holding space now for it. Okay, anxiety, I see you, I feel you. So we stop fighting. So I named this live Holding Anxiety with Love. This is the place where we really need to apply love. No more fighting with my anxiety. No more hating it. No more telling it to go away, pushing back. As I said a minute ago, this is only going to make your anxiety louder, faster, noisier, stronger. So, okay, I'm turning towards it. I'm relaxing. I'm settling into my body. If you're in a chair, feet on the floor. If you're walking, feel your feet on the ground. Feel the breath in the body. Relax anywhere that you're tense, and then allow it to be with loving kindness. I'm not going to hate you right now. I'm not going to fight with you right now. And I'm not going to listen to you right now. That's the next step. Allowing your anxiety and feeling it is not, and breathing and relaxing, it's not about listening to it, which means believing in what it's saying. So I'm not going to believe in you, but perhaps I'll just allow you to talk and run your own course. And I'm going to come back here to my body in the present moment and give you, my mind, time to catch up with me. So run your course, all this vibrating, worried, fearful, anxious energy. Okay, no more fighting. And I'm not listening. I'm observing you. There's some space now between me and my anxiety. Because the part of me that's able to recognize the anxiety, the part of me that's able to see it, listen to it, notice it, there is the self that is watching it, observing, aware of it. And this self is never anxious. This self is centered in the present moment, always centered in the peace of now. So we have to keep finding that self by detaching, disentangling from the anxiety. You'll see that you're in a wrestling match with it. You're all tangled up with it, and that's making it worse. So we can take a moment to separate, come back to my body in the present moment. And now I'm just coexisting with my anxiety. Maybe that cleared it and it's gone completely. Or maybe it's low grade still there in the background. Or maybe it's just even, medium grade still active. But I'm more present to it now. So part of me is grounded and centered. Part of me is aware. I'm connected with the self that cannot be anxious. So I'm coexisting then with my anxiety. I'm just letting it be. Welcome, Jenny. Thank you for coming. I hope this is helpful and useful. Sometimes if you try to make your anxiety go away, that's going to cause the fighting. the clashing, and even, the dislike, the blame to yourself, the criticism, being hard on yourself, just coexist. But you bring as much of yourself as possible back to this moment here and now with your body, with your breath. If this is really hard for you, if sounds impossible, or if you get stuck in the process, that's when EFT comes in. EFT is really helpful for us to clear some of that anxious energy. In fact, I've heard before that anxiety is one of the top things that EFT can clear. It's very helpful because it lowers the cortisol by 24% and it brings you back to your body, right? You're tapping, so it has a somatic element and you're facing it. So with this kind of, I gave you a few tips just now, it helps you do that more quickly. So we could do a fun little exercise here. I want each of you who are still with me right now or who are watching this later on the recording, check in with yourself and see if you're feeling some anxiety inside. Just take note. And the fun part of this exercise is trying to gauge if you can get a number on that anxiety. Like on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being I have no anxiety right now. I'm completely just relaxed and chill in the present moment. That's 0. 10 is my anxiety is off the charts. I'm just completely consumed by it, blinded by it, just having trouble functioning here. That's 10. Find where you are, your feeling of anxiety right now on that scale. Just take a pulse on that. No right or wrong here. This doesn't have to make you anxious. If a number doesn't come to you, it's also fine. Again, play with it. Am I a 5? Am I halfway? Ask yourself, right? Am I a 10? Okay, no, not a 10. Is it like an 8? Or less than an 8. Play with it and get the feeling from yourself. Okay, thank you, Jenny. Yeah. Good. So whatever your number is, and you're welcome to share your number or just take note of it. We're going to do one simple tapping round. Very, very simple. Just facing our anxiety, turning ourselves towards it. This anxiety. That's it. Very simple. And I want you to see what happens. Hi, Amy. Welcome. Thank you. Okay. Let's just see how this goes. Tapping the side of your hand. So in a way, we're doing all the steps here. Feet flat on the floor. Feel your feet on the ground, your butt in the chair, and now you're feeling your body as you tap. And I want you to repeat after me. Even though I'm feeling this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Again, even though I'm feeling this anxiety today, I forgive myself for that. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling all this anxiety inside, it's very uncomfortable. It's okay. I forgive myself for feeling this way. And I now choose to love and accept myself completely. Good. Now tapping the top of your head. And say this anxiety, back of your head, all this anxiety, top of your head. I'm breathing out inside of your eyebrows. I'm breathing out and allowing this anxiety. Side of your eyes. This anxiety that I feel in my body. under your eyes. I'm breathing through it. And take a moment to breathe and feel your body. Under your nose. I'm relaxing, and you can speak out any part of you that's tense. I'm relaxing my shoulders. Under your lip. And I'm allowing this anxiety to flow. Under your collarbone, all this anxiety. Center of your chest. This anxiety in my body. Under your arms. I'm breathing through it. Side of your thumb. I'm feeling my feet on the floor. Next finger. I'm feeling myself breathe in the present moment. Next finger. And I'm allowing this anxiety to be. Next finger. Just letting it be. Next finger. And returning to the feeling of my body. Side of your hand. In this present moment. Here and now. And lower your hands to your knees. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel your body. Take a nice deep breath in. And big exhale. Good. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And if you would like to share, if your number, well, I want you to first check in on your number. Did it change? Did it go down? Did it stay the same? Did it go up? If you'd like to share in the comments, I'd love to know. I can already see Claudia said it was a 9. It's currently a 9 and slowly going down. Just hearing your voice is calming. I'm so glad to hear that, Claudia. I would love to hear the number, if it's still a 9 or if it has changed. Please feel free to share with me. And of course, you absolutely don't have to if you don't want to, but it's a really interesting kind of experiment, right? To just see how one little round, one simple round, and we didn't even, there wasn't really much we even said. We just breathed and we allowed ourselves to feel it. We faced it. We relaxed. We reminded ourselves that we love ourselves anyway, and we came back to the present moment. Okay, Jenny, no anxiety left now. Great. Amy went down a little to a 3. Good. You need more tapping rounds. I'm actually going to do a full video on anxiety that I'll also post shortly after this, because I just feel like that's just a great one to have if you need some guidance. I had no anxiety, but feeling a bit depressed. I breathed and stayed with it. Okay, good. Good. It's always good to take anything I'm saying and apply it to what is real for you in this moment now. Always. So if you need to shift anxiety to sadness or whatever it is, allow yourself to do that. Trust yourself. Your senses are the best guide for healing, for what you need for your healing right now. Thank you, Amy, for saying that. Thank you so much. 5, still a 5, but softer. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so some people actually with EFT, they don't really prefer numbers because the numbers can confuse them or stress them, or they can't gauge it. And some people just prefer the feeling of the body. So that's interesting, as Patrick said, like the feeling of the body changed. Something got softer. Some kind of shift happened. Hard to pinpoint exactly what it is. Okay, Claudia, from a 9 to a 7. Okay, so it's great to see when it's going down. Sometimes it's stuck, and therefore there's something maybe underlying underneath the anxiety that needs to be addressed. And this is when, personal coaching is helpful. Sometimes we don't always know what that is. Sometimes we see the number goes up, but this can happen when we start facing it. We start noticing it, and now other things are coming up. Like it's all being given permission to come up and be released and be cleansed. So sometimes we feel a increase before the decrease. So actually it's all very normal. The more you understand how energy healing works, the more you won't get freaked out by any of those experiences, and you'll just take them all as a really interesting kind of self-study, learning about yourself. Okay, great. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Claudia. And the last thing I just want to announce in this live here today is that I'm doing something special for today, and that's why I want to announce it. In the description below this, you're going to see a link for, I think it's called like additional resources. And there's a link for, and I teamed up with a fellow adoptee who is a trauma sensitive embodiment instructor. And she and I decided to create a workshop, a video workshop that is evergreen, which means if you choose to purchase it, it's always yours. And so we've combined these two things. So I'm doing 2 different rounds of EFT to help people clear up their anxiety and bring in more calm, peace, and relaxation. And she's doing 2 segments with embodiment exercise. So there's some actual exercises, breathing, some stretches where she's helping you relax, will really activate your vagus nerve, right? She's getting at the vagus nerve, because when the vagus nerve is working properly, then it helps your body move into a rest and digest. It activates the relaxation response. But a lot of times we're so tense, our gut, our chest, and so we're tensing up this vagus nerve and it's not doing its job properly for us. So we've combined these 2 things to help people manage their anxiety in a world where it's very easy to feel anxiety. If you're a highly sensitive soul, 25 years ago, I was already overstressed and overwhelmed by the state of the world. Now, it's not changed much. If anything, some could say it's gotten worse. Some perspective is it's gotten better, and that will be a lie for another day. But still, when we're anxious, we're feeling all of that. So we wanted to give that gift to people if they needed help to calm their nervous system, relax their vagus nerve, and get themselves out of an anxious state and into a more calm and relaxed state. Where is the nerve located? It's connected to the brain and it comes right down the central part of the body. Again, I'm not a scientist, so it might be good to Google it and get an image. But from the images I've seen, I believe it's in the brain. It comes right down the center of the body. So, and then into your gut. So it's all connected to your gut. And then it has little branches that reach out into the organs. So those are giving the organs signals to rest and digest, to calm down. And if it's all tensed up and if it's not working optimally, it doesn't give that signal, which then leads to, other issues. Yes, we're talking about the vagus nerve. I also recommend sound baths for anxiety. Thank you, Alice. And actually, I'm teaming up with someone who does sound baths for a workshop in, I think, June. So I completely agree, because combining tapping, processing with sound bath, sound itself can also calm you, lower your anxiety, but also let a deep integration happen if you're doing healing work. Great. Thank you. I hope I answered your question. Some things are a little bit outside my wheelhouse, but I'm aware of them and I'm familiar with them because I've been doing work on them for myself, most of all. And I get to meet a lot of amazing people who are working with them too. So that link is below in the description of just this video, and it will be as well for my anxiety tapping video, just to give any of you who are needing an extra boost to help support you with your anxiety in a very noisy, chaotic world where us sensitive souls are feeling the anxious vibe these days, the worry vibe, the fear vibe. And so we need to do a lot of extra love, and we need to give a lot of extra love and care to ourselves. We need to do extra work to get us back grounded in the present moment and out of that fight, flight, freeze, or fawn state, which anxiety is a part of. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for tuning in today. You can always let me know in the comments if there's something particularly that you would like for me to talk about or tap about. If I can, I will. If I can't, I will let you know. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you next time. Oh, we're on the fingers. So thank you for your question, Patrick. Actually, in my YouTube channel, Patrick, there's another video called, I think it's called EFT for Release and Relaxation, the tapping points. Please look for that one. I go over it very thoroughly. So I won't take more time here explaining. You can go and find it on that video. Okay, thank you. Yes, I'm looking forward to it as well, Amanda. See you Thursday. And yes, Claudia, the team up, right. So collaboration and teamwork is something that I'm very, very excited about and lit up about these days. And I will also be talking about that more at another time. Okay, everyone, thank you again. Be well. See you next time.